Here's a quick video on spirituality, morality, and religion, how I see it. A lot of people mistake or presume that if you're not spiritual, then you're immoral. I don't know why, but they do. People ask me that all the time, like, well, if you don't believe in God, and why do you hate God, and why do you hate the church, and blah, blah, blah. And I want to make this clear. I don't hate people that are religious. I don't hate people that are spiritual. I'm just against organized religion, and I'm definitely against Christianity. You have to remember, as Christianity people, up until 300 years ago, they were still burning people and torturing people. And now they hide behind this mask of like, oh, those are the dark days, and now we're all about faith and love. Bullshit. They're still trying to infiltrate politics. They're still trying to push their way through schools. Most wars have a religious undertone to them somehow. And if these people were allowed to regain power, or to gain more power, yeah, who the fuck knows what they would do? I mean, 300 years ago is not a long time, and they were fucking pulling people's fingernails out and drowning people and burning people and shit. Horrible things. So that's why I'm so adamantly against religion, is because it gives people a false sense of delusion, I guess. I don't care if someone's spiritual. Some of my best friends are religious, and I like them on a personal level. But people mistakenly think that if you're religious, you're moral and you're happy, and faith is love and this and that. Bullshit. I mean, I don't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe in deities of any sort. Yet, I'm a moral person, and I'm a moral person because I just live my life and I treat other people how I would want to be treated, and also how they treat me. See, that's God laughing at me. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, people are born with a natural sense of right and wrong. Just like animals. Animals don't go and kill each other for no reason. Well, not usually. But anyway, speaking of people are born with an instinctual knowledge of what's right and what's wrong. And unfortunately, when you add to this the guilt and the fear and the concepts of sin, you can create some pretty twisted fucking individuals. There's no coincidence that the majority of serial killers are very religious. When you repress people's natural longings and desires, it causes fear and anxiety and aggression. And most people can continue to repress that. It's fucking bugs out here. Most people can continue to repress that and kind of beat themselves into submission emotionally. But other people, they can't, and those desires that they've been repressing, and the guilt and the anxiety and the fear and aggression, come out in very sick and twisted ways. You have your priests that rape kids, you have your serial killers that are, killing in the name of Jesus, you have your holy wars, you have your politicians that are hell-bent on forcing their way upon everyone else, so forth and so forth. I mean, the list is unending, the atrocities of religion. I read this book called The Malleus Maleficarum. It was written a long time ago, I think in the 15th century, maybe 16th century. Anyway, it translates to the witch's hammer, and it was written by the Spanish Inquisition on how to, tell who's a witch and stuff like that. And it's pretty fucking gnarly, man. I mean, I remember this one thing stuck out of my mind. It's a hard book to read because it's been translated from, Latin or whatever into English. And anyway, one thing that stuck out of my mind is they had something called the dunk. And this was a test to tell if someone was a witch. If you were accused of witchcraft, or, if they thought you were in line with the devil in some way or the other, what they would do is they would tie your hands and feet together, like hog tie you, throw you in a fucking river or lake, and if you sank and drowned, oh, well then, you weren't a witch and they were wrong, but you're going to heaven. And if you somehow managed to stay afloat, then they would kill you. That was proof that you were a witch. And unfortunately, most people that died were women. And, they were usually either old hags, or women who suffered from schizophrenia and other mental illnesses, or very attractive women who happened to give the wrong priest an erection. Yeah, so that's my take on religion. I don't hate religious people, and if in a perfect world everybody could believe whatever they wanted to believe, and we could all go on and be happy. But most of these religions are just hell-bent on world domination, and that's why I oppose them. But yeah, I don't hate other people who, because of their beliefs. You know, I definitely don't wish anybody any harm. You know, I like the philosophy of live and let live. So yeah, there you go.